Now it's time for The World's Gone Mad. Yes, it has. Yes, it truly is a world gone mad when in Britain, home of authoritarian wokeness, teachers are now being told to stop asking pupils questions in the classroom in order to, quote, reduce their anxiety. Well, forget about attending maths classes if you really want anxiety.
Ginormous tsunamis are swallowing coastlines. Devastating earthquakes are cracking the ground. Hot debris is igniting massive firestorms. Thick clouds of dust are blocking the sun.
No, it's not climate change. This week, the entire planet went on an anxiety bender and had an intergalactic meltdown over the approaching 3-Eye Atlas. The what? If you haven't been keeping up, 3-Eye Atlas is a rock circling the sun discovered by some astronomers months ago, hurtling towards us.
At first, scientists were confused because the space body didn't have a tail or cloud of gas like a normal comet, even though it was accelerating. That led to a lot of debate about what it was made of and where it came from.
But when is a rock circling the sun not a rock circling the sun? Well, according to the conspiracy theorists, it's an interstellar rocket ship packed with alien life forms hell-bent on invading Earth any day now, just in time for Halloween. Don't they teach kids anything these days?
Right now, something is happening in our solar system that's sending scientists scrambling for explanations. The interstellar object NASA's been tracking, 3-Eye Atlas, is roughly the size of Manhattan and has been displaying several unusual movements and features which kind of defy typical behavior of comets.
But wait, the plot thickens. Here's an AI version of everybody's favorite woke scientist, Brian Cox.
What if 3-Eye Atlas is alien? What if the latest traveller from the stars, this enigmatic visitor we now call 3-Eye Atlas, isn't merely an ancient ball of rock and ice wandering aimlessly through space, but something altogether more breathtaking? Imagine, for a moment, a probe sent not from our world, but from a civilization far beyond our own, quietly sweeping past Earth.
But wait, there's more. The direction that 3-Eye Atlas is approaching Earth from is apparently nearly identical to the direction that back in the 1970s, NASA scientists detected a radio signal from. You might remember it, called WOW, W-O-W, that they believed could not possibly have come from Earth.
2 weeks ago, I realized the arrival direction of 3-Eye Atlas was within 9 degrees of the WOW signal that was detected in 1977, which was an enigmatic, powerful radio signal that definitely came from outside of this Earth. We don't know from where. It was coming from a source that was approaching the sun. And the chance of it aligning with the arrival direction of 3-Eye Atlas is 0.6%.
But maybe the aliens are already here. According to this TikTok user, something mysterious is happening in Nashville, though many suspect this may be an AI-generated deepfake video.
Bro, I've seen it all over TikTok. Now I'm literally seeing them in person. This is right next to Nashville, Tennessee.
I mean, let's face it, if I were an alien, I'd head straight to Nashville too, especially if I wanted to study Earth's ancient life forms.
Yeah, I'm sitting in a bar, sipping a jar in Jackson. And on the street, the summer sun it shines.
Now that's a couple of star rocks or rock stars, but still, not all rock stars have managed to age quite so gracefully. I guess that's what the kids called hold my beer. Give me the Stones any day of the week. But this was my favourite online gag last week. Here's, wait for it, a UFO caught on tape. Get it? Brilliant. Meanwhile, speaking of conspiracy theories, the Trump ballroom renovations at the White House certainly managed to bring on a full-blown pandemic of Trump derangement syndrome. There were plenty to choose from, but this was my favourite TDS of the week.
That man is not building a ballroom. He is building a data center so that he can and all of his tech friends can aggregate all our data and use AI to make this a dystopian nightmare.
Ooh, the aliens, the data, the conspiracies. Speaking of three-letter acronyms, we've gone from UFOs to TDS, and now let's go to KJP and DEI. Yes, who can forget KJP, Karine Jean-Pierre, Joe Biden's unlamented press secretary, who seemed to spend most of his presidency pretending her boss was fit and healthy rather than, a doddering, bumbling, incompetent old fool.
Does the president have the stamina, physically and mentally, do you think, to continue on even after 2024?
He's the president of the United States. I can't even keep up with him. 80's the new 40. Didn't you hear? He is as sharp as ever, as I have known him to be in my engagement and my experience with him.
Ah, yes, Karine Jean-Pierre, KJP, Biden's White House spokeswoman. Don't you miss her? She was the subject of much debate and angst on CNN this week. She's on a book tour regarding diversity inclusion ideology. Well, it didn't go too well for DEI or for KJP.
She is just another evidence that DEI doesn't work, whether that's in the White House in your press secretary role, or whether that's an air traffic controller, an air pilot, whether that's your doctor. You want to hire the best for the role, not just based on skin color. Jake, why did she get the job over John Kirby?
Well, why are we assuming that she, as a black LGBT, gay woman, is DEI, but a white woman who is behind the podium right now, which DEI initially started as affirmative action, which was about affirmatively hiring women and minorities? Why is one DEI and the other is not?
Why is she trained every 4 sentences to say she is a black, queer, LGBTQ woman? Because that's how she's been promoted her entire career.
That was Katie Miller. But is she right in her criticism of both DEI and KJP?
What I think you're seeing and what Karen is attesting to is that she is quite incompetent to do the job.
Black woman, as a person who's also LGBTQ. As a black woman, I am a black woman, I am a queer woman, I am an immigrant. Being a black woman, as a black woman myself, that is the thing that I understood as a black woman, is that I meant a lot to people because of the communities that I represented. And whether it was women of color, black women, queer community, LGBTQ community, immigrant, and as a black woman, and I have my queerness too.
As a black woman, as a queer woman, LGBT, unbelievable. Don't really miss it, do we? Meanwhile, here in Australia, we like to pride ourselves on our own diverse and inclusive traditional culture. The way we like diverse meat pies, diverse sports, and we're even inclusive about calling a prawn a shrimp.
In case you're wondering, this commercial is brought to you by football, meat pies, kangaroos, and Australia's own car.
They go together underneath the southern stars. Football and meat pies, kangaroos and Holden cars.
Makes sense to me.
Come and say good day. I'll slip an extra shrimp on the barbie for you.
Come and say good day.
Great culture, but sadly it appears today's young woke Australians, or some of them at least, are unimpressed by the traditional Aussie culture that arguably this nation was built upon.
Protect Australian culture, right? The proud culture of having no teeth, yelling unintelligible phrases, screaming profanity at strangers, getting plastered on a Saturday arvo, and smashing a meat pie in the servo car park. Real Australia first behaviour, mate. Yeah, you're doing great. Single-handedly preserving the national identity.
What's wrong with smashing a meat pie in the servo car park? Still, maybe the young lass skipped all those Aussie culture classes. It's all about educating the kiddies into the finer points of our culture, such as this great Telstra ad did 20 years ago.
Dad, why did they build the Great Wall of China?
That was during the time of Emperor Nazi Goring, and it was to keep the rabbits out. There was too many rabbits in China.
Okay, now Daniel will do his talk on China.
Now that's what I call responsible parenting. And finally, here's how we do Halloween in the great Aussie culture. Ooh, I felt that. Yes, it truly is a world gone hopping mad and crazy.